Wilcox, and we're gonna wait for a second, Chef, for people to join us. We actually have 19 people here already. Wow, and we just came on. So we are actually in for those of you that are not from Dallas, we are in a suburb of Dallas called Plano. We're right up the street. And we're here with Chef Tre. He was very generous and let us into his home tonight. He's got a busy week, but he let us in. And we're going to be taking some questions later, but we're going to open it up to Chef first. We're going to talk about some of his projects and kind of let us know what's going on. Now, he cannot talk about the big knife fight tomorrow night. So you're going to have to watch that yourself at 9:30 tomorrow night on Esquire Network to see how he does. So we'll come back maybe and talk to you on Wednesday, Chef. How about that?
Possible. I might be around on Wednesday.
Maybe, yeah. So we'll come back and talk to him then. But for now, watch that. But we're just going to get to know Chef a little bit. And you guys come on board and chat.
You know, there are some things that we may know and things of that nature. But I got to say, when Kit Rapping took me into the ring, to the arena to do Iron Chef America and take down Bobby Flay.
Woohoo!
Yeah. I have to say, yeah.
A Dallasite took down Bobby Flay.
That was unreal.
No, I have to say, we love Bobby Flay.
Yeah.
And we love Food Network, but hey, it feels good to have a local beating Bobby Flay. Do you think he'll ever come to, aren't you going to be on Beat Bobby Flay soon?
You know, I've been on the Beat Bobby Flay a couple of times now, and unfortunately I hadn't beaten a dude by myself, you know. Go figure.
But you, wow.
Beat Bobby Flay, I did a rematch, that didn't go well as well, and so, you know what, I'm just one of those people that I always get up swinging.
Yep.
I don't ever lay down or stay down.
Well, you have to admit that Bobby Flay does tend to have a little bit of advantage on that show, doesn't he?
I'm not gonna say that he's got an edge. I think that I'll say that he's very comfortable in a set where he competes, you know, very, you know, numerous times. We walk in, we cook there for the first time. I got asked to come back for a rematch, so I at least got 2 times. But when you walk into a kitchen that someone else has been cooking in and day after for however many episodes they have to make, you do tend to get a little comfortable in your kitchen. So that does help.
That is the
But that's all I give them. At the end of the day, you know, I think, you know, every good chef has a bad day. I had plenty of them on Top Chef. I mean, so I just, you know, I don't ever get embarrassed about that. I think the best thing that you can do when you're on these shows, be humble, because that's what Dallas is all about. Show well, make your family and loved ones proud of you. And just don't do anything to make an ass of yourself. Because in Dallas, you know, this nation, we don't like people like that. There are some people running for presidents that...
Oh, God. I'm with you, though. I'm with you.
Anyone could be in that list, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's just it. You know, you mentioned Dallasites. And, you know, here at Try Dallas, and the whole reason why we're doing this is because we're so proud of Dallas and so proud of Dallasites. And we've got... this grit about us, as one of my interns once wrote. But we are different, right? And there's a lot of hospitality, and we're friendly people, but we're also very competitive, right?
True.
So when you go into a competition like that and they tell you you've got these ingredients, what thought process goes through your head to come up with a menu? I can't even figure out what to make for dinner, much less be thrown in a situation like that.
Well, I think that for a chef who's, you know, very experienced, I think the number one things that make chefs successful and very talented chefs in their restaurants or whatever their own right is the technical training that a chef has. If I took a carrot and gave everyone in this room a carrot and said, as many different ways as you can cook this carrot, you cannot repeat it, boil, saute, roast, sous vide, whatever, how many different techniques could you throw out there and say, this is a carrot? I would win. Because I know probably a little bit more about the technical training of what to do with this one ingredient. And so that's the thing, I think, when you're given these competitions and you're given these challenges, chefs first and foremost think, how can I manipulate that ingredient? What can I do to that ingredient? That's all we're doing as chefs is we're usually taking ingredients that have been around for ages, we're manipulating the natural form of the ingredient and presenting it to you in an artistic way. And hopefully it tastes really, really effing good.
Yes.
But this is a repeating cycle. Every chef, no matter what level, if it's Daniel Boulou in New York, or if it's Ferran in Spain, you know, they're all taking these ingredients and going, look what I did, it's still a carrot.
Yeah.
So that's part of the wow factor that keeps people eating out, especially in Dallas. We want to be impressed. We want to see change. We want to see something different. And so I think that's what chefs really think about the most. What can I do? How many different things can I do? And that's sometimes what gets them. because while I was on Top Chef, that's one of the number one things I learned was that you got to just choose. Choose what you're gonna do. Choose the dish and go with it. You know what I mean? Don't keep going back and forth and going, I can do this, but I can do this. But I just commit to it and just kill it. If you're just gonna make shrimp and grits, then just make it. You know, make your grits as bomb as you can. Make sure you're doing whatever you can to the grits, to the shrimp to make them awesome. Obviously, don't overcook them and undercook them because that's a technical thing. It's just many ways. All chefs are different. I think I tend to choose something, go with it. I taste as I go. I'm really good about tasting. I think most chefs tend to just really know what they want to do and they stick to their guns and just kill it. And hopefully the chef cooking against them doesn't have as good of a day as them. Because every good chef has a bad day.
We all have bad days.
We all do.
I taste as I go too, but I can't say my food looks pretty all the time. It tastes good. It doesn't always look pretty. I was reading that you had said that if it ain't nice, make it twice. What's your quote?
Make it nice or make it twice.
Make it nice.
That actually something that came from down from the days of my days at Abacus. Ken Rathman notorious for that saying because when we were dropping our plates during the days when I was a fish cook or grill cook, a plate came to the marble and he took a look at it, kind of just look at you like, really? Replate that. And it was always what he would just get on the microphone and say to the whole kitchen, make it nice or make it twice. Because you're going to end up bringing, that food goes from the kitchen to a guest. We already can see what it's going to look like to you. So it's the little details like that. And that's stuck with me my whole career. I mean, I definitely give Kent Rathman mad kudos for still being one of my biggest mentors.
Well, it's interesting. I think that applies to life in general, right? And we're in the digital world and building websites and doing marketing, but it's the same thing, right? You see something and it's not good. It takes a lot of courage sometimes to be able to say, do it again.
I agree. You're exactly right. We've seen Gordon Ramsay do it plenty of times on Hell's Kitchen. It's usually how you say it's facilitated or spoken in pretty derogatory ways.
Or thrown. Doesn't he throw stuff?
Honestly, I don't think that happens too much in a lot of kitchens, especially here in Texas.
Yeah.
A lot of these cooks in these cities, there's too many opportunities. They don't do that. I mean, I've never thrown a plate in my kitchen. I've never cussed or talked down to a person to call them names, or just verbally abuse people. Yeah. You don't do that. Why? Yeah. You're basically no good to me. If I verbally abuse you, either quit, walk out right then. 2, you go back and F up all kind of food that's going out with my name under it. It's not a win-win. It's a loss-loss. So I've always treated my cooks with respect. The number one thing that makes my cooks when I was in the restaurant is that if I can do it, you can do it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm almost 40 right now, and I still feel like I'm in some of the best shape of my life. So when I get next to a 27, 28-year-old cook, we're going to pick up a dish called Duck 3 Ways. You know what? It's 3 different pieces of duck. It's all got to be executed perfectly, put together on a plate all at once, and make it look like art. Come on. Here's the ingredients. Let's go. Come on. And it ain't about fast, but I do understand that, restaurant industry, there are times or strengths that we do pride ourselves on.
Do you consider yourself an artist?
Yes. I feel like artisticness is what I'm doing all day long with food. The plate is the canvas, the spoons are the paintbrushes. The foods that we use are obviously the colors. Yeah. It's a different kind of city here. In Dallas, we want what we want. We want what we ask it for. We don't care how much. And we just want deliverance. It's just like deliver. So the menu says Duck 3 Ways with huckleberry maple syrup, and then give me that. Don't give me no half-ass attempt. If you see a number that says this is a lot, but you're still like, I want that.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of people I'm used to dealing with. And then when I'm doing my catering that I do a ton of right now, until my facility is open, I'm still doing mad catering right now. I create restaurant experiences in people's homes. And, it ain't cheap to have me come cook in your home, but I can guarantee you 5 to 7. I've done as high as 17 courses for guests. They'll all be executed perfectly because you got me, full attention, a couple of sous to help me, and the server to drop it off. It's better be tight. That's what we call it. It's better be tight.
That's my goal, Chef, to someday be able to afford you to come do 17 courses. What do you eat in 17 courses?
We start.
Is it like for 5 hours or what?
I think this was 6 guests only, so it lasted about 3. you know, you always start from the end. So, okay, how many desserts you want?
Yeah.
So you're gonna have a citrus and a chocolate. So now I'm down to 14. If you want cheese, I think this kind did go for it. So now I'm 13. And then the sort of palate cleanser at the end. So I'm at 11 now, right?
Or 12.
12, sorry. So 12 courses breaks down beautifully. I've had a lot of those tasting menus that are 12 courses. And, you know, you're going to start off with your raws, your colds. 4 courses in, you can stay cold, you're solid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because then you're just executing 8 hot courses that those should be able to be executed. Go from, you know, whitefish, shellfish, steaky fish, to poultry, to light meats like, you know, venison, lamb, and just progress it. And just keep it small, because when I do say, everyone says everything's bigger in Texas, that doesn't mean a person's appetite or stomach is.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a lot of that gasket sleeve stuff going on around here, you know, so you never know. Someone says they want this meal and then they go, oh, I'm full. And once a person says that, had a birthday, she's a Scorpio. I gotta say, Samir he took such great care of us. So I had her birthday party at Nick and Sam's. And so Nick and Sam's, I gotta say, big variety of meats, great environment, kind of place maybe all the guys go. I mean, I would say that, you know, nothing against it being not for women, but it's
a guy's place.
It's got that dark dungeoning, you know, just hang out, but just great meats. I mean, come on, you got like, what do you want? You pick. Great. So those are my 2 steaks. Go to sushi. We go to Tehran. We love Tete Robata Bar. Utaka. CBD Provisions is one of my favorites. We have the pig head. That's a good one to always try. Group of people, go get the pig head. You know what I'm saying? It's just so many. I mean,
There's a lot of great food in Dallas.
That's it. You know.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.